Well, thank you very much for coming. Again, this is a very special day, Sunday. I know you can spend time at your home. And instead of you making the trip to come to my lectures, and it is very humble for me to see all of you want to make a trip to sit here to listen to a teaching of the Tao. Today, I'd like to speak with called living with conscience, living with conscience, and living with challenge. We are a human being, so in our life we always live with conscience because that's who we are. We're born with three treasures of the Tao. We call it conscience, mercy, and forgiveness. Conscience is who we are. We base on conscience to be a human. So the best we can, we live with the stressful life, starting from the very beginning of life. In Taoism says in the very beginning, when we've been brought into this on the earth, we feel a bit insecure. We feel like we've been dropped off the parachute of the sky. You know, we live on this earth, parachute from the sky, so we're very insecure. Why is that? Because we lost our home. We're supposed to be able to come and go in our spiritual home, our destiny. But when we've been parachuted up the sky because certain desire, certain need, that we came to this planet, so therefore we feel like we lost. We feel like we're insecure. So we all our life searching for the value, why we live on this planet. We're searching for a way to return to our spiritual home. So we work pretty hard, and we fight. We fight for our status, for our values. We continue fighting, try to establish and get to know ourselves. Who am I? Why am I here? How am I going back to our spiritual home? How am I going to return to the home? How should I live in this planet? So in Taoism teaching, the most important things for us to do is to live with conscience, live with mercy and forgiveness. This is the right way. This is the way of nature. We follow our nature to live, pursuing the way of virtue. Of course, to pursuing the virtue, everybody have different kind of translation and explanations. And in Taoism teaching is what? Live with conscience means live with your own conscience, your own judgment, the best you can in your own judgment. Everyone will judging you in all different things. Everyone will judging you with their own standard. Everyone is a judge in this planet. First of all, we are our own biggest judge. We're judging ourselves. We're always constantly judging ourselves. Am I good enough? Am I right? Am I, successful? So the second thing, we're always what? Being judged. Always constantly being judged. Everybody judging everybody, how good they are, how successful they are, how conscious they are, and we constantly judging people. Oh, you're not virtuous, you're not in good deed, right? Living with conscience means live with your own way, live in your Tao. You follow your own paths. You do follow your own kindness in your life to do what's the best suitable for your spirit, what would nurture your spirit. There is no need to constantly judging other people. Okay? We live with our conscience, with our love in our heart. We know what's right in our heart. No matter people how they're judging, they could accept you and they don't accept you. They could respect you and they could disrespect you. We always try to, from our heart, try to learn how to understand others people. But it's not easy. You try to understand other people, the people don't understand you. You know what I'm saying? That you always feel like, hey, I try to respect you, but then other people may not respect of you. So what do? We continuously struggle. No one is perfect. No one is perfect to be able to remain 100% humble, 100% non-judgmental, 100% not to disrespect. Why is that? Even you think you're respectful and other people still think you're disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And you think you can understand people, but other people don't think that you understand them. So what can we do? I mean, we constantly struggle. So when during the struggle, many of us experience a lot of emotional stress. We try to balance the stress. That's what in our teaching, balancing our stress. We constantly balance. So to balance is all of the Tao. It's not easy. It's not easy. Okay? Please be seated in the front. Yeah. That'll be fine. Comfortable. Balancing is all of the Tao. Just like you're sitting on this chair. Some of you appreciate it, some of you not appreciate it. Some of you sit minutes and feel the chair very comfortable. Some of you say it hurts my butt. So we constantly have to do what? We balancing our ass. Right? So we move and continually try to find a position that is suitable for us. You continue judging. In a moment, very discomfort, we fight with chair. You know what I mean? And we feel very discomfort inside. So we do our best, try to balance ourselves. But is that going to be 100% satisfies you? It's not. But if the key is judgment is in yourself, you have to find balance. You have to find a satisfaction to yourself. You have to find the ultimate kindness for yourself. Treat yourself nice. Okay? And then you just constant move and balancing yourself. That's all right. Right? Stress is like mountains and over your head. You just have to deal with stress with kindness, treating yourself nicely, continuously balancing the stress. I practiced for this over 20 years in this country. I constantly try to balancing myself, my own life too. And I'm not perfect. How can I be perfect? If I'm perfect, I'm already fly away. No one's perfect. I understand it. We all deal with constant stress, with families, with relationship, with job, with friendship. We always balance it. Sometimes I feel I'm very good friend with you, but then the other friend say you're not a good friend with me. Sometimes I can speak very kindness, feel like kindness, especially being a Chinese even harder. Because I keep feeling I using Chinese logic speaking Chinglish. When I keep speaking the Chinglish, one word is out in the other people's ear it's English, right? So English and Chinglish, the logic is different. And Chinese family put a last name in the front, American last name in the back. We're thinking today I go to Walmart. You say I go to Walmart today. So it constantly yin-yang switch. And it is quite a challenge for me to speak of English, because I constantly have to speak to my own with dialect, then Mandarin, then English. You know what I'm saying? Then reverse, when you speak to me, I do the same thing, reverse it. Right? So it's about constantly challenge myself. And I found out in a very stressful time, when I speak out, it lost in translation. When it lost in translation, I busy defense. I busy try to adjust. The more I do so, the more lost in translation. I feel it. For 23 years I do. So, in the very beginning, many years I lived in this country, I found out constantly feel a little bit victimized. Why is that? Because I do feel like I did speak from my heart. I did try to be very, very consciously speak. When I speak out a language, it's just going to translate different way. And then I continue to try to adjust my gestures, try to be more friendly. The more I speak, the more I'm in trouble. It does. It truly challenge. Okay? It's not like, and nowadays I've been trying to speak and try to learn language, and I feel I'm making some progress already. Even some close friend thought that somebody write letter for me, somebody speak for me. Yeah, I learned a little bit better now. Okay, but no, truly, it's all come from my heart. I like to speak from my heart directly. Stress can be like this. You find out you speak English to an English person, still lost in translation. Because the moment in your heart to the other person, you have to deal with time, deal with how the person feel it, deal with how person's character, how the person's belief, how the person's religions and cultures, background. So you try to cross over that. It is challenge. To live with stress, and most stress is relationship. Relationship to yourself can be lost in translation too. You know what I'm saying? You think in this way, when you do it, become what? Differently. Okay? Then relationship to you between husband and wife is extremely challenging. Yin yang inside, 99%, black only 1% yin. You know what I'm saying? In between each other, everybody try to push the more measurement on the other person. Hopefully you'll take 90%, not 99%. So there was a constant challenge. And being friends, being a boss and a staff is always very challenging. Here now, 1.5 year operation in its property, I found I have extremely stress and challenge deal with job. I constantly remind myself being the best employer I can, because I want to treat everybody like family. So then I keep trying to treat everybody nicely. So I try to feel like I'm a daddy here. Try to take care of my employee got sick, I will call them out, how you doing? When they come in, did you take medicine? Did you eat water? Did you drink water, right? Did you rest? Something like that. And then when you do this very nice, when you go to the other side, I say, did you finish your task? Right? Did you do this? Did you do that? And all of a sudden, people lost translation. People quite often forget about goodness. They only remember the moments of bad. So how to deal with our stress? Take the best you can to remember other people's goodness in your life. Okay? Always put your feet on other people's shoes. Try to understand it. Okay? 23 years stress I deal with in people in this country. I know my language barrier. I know my culture barrier and the religion's barrier. Right? I could not translate them well. Okay? I constantly deal with stress with my family, especially with my children. I could not communicate with them well. And I have to constantly adjust my own guilt. Being a parent, the best is to constantly deal with own guilt. How can I communicate better? How can I love you better? How can I be accepted and be, respectful and respect? You tried at your best. You can only do your best. You can't do it. You cannot be perfect. You just cannot. So then you do your best to adjust it. The same thing, adjust it. You cannot always ask for people as well, to be perfect. And you also try to be perfect. You cannot. You cannot try to find people to be validate you always 100%. There is none. When you try to ask for 100% validation and perfection from other people, it's just not. You are going to be constantly being a slave in his life because you wait for it. If you have to wait for other people to continue to tell you you're good enough for them, then it's not. That is a stress. Okay? So, in Taoism say, the Tao follow what is nature. What is nature? The true nature is what? Kindness and conscience. Return our life to the more simple little bit. Being what? More simplicity. Returns a little bit more. Don't ask for higher value, higher validations, higher status and powers, more wealthier, more powerful. When we keep asking for it, our life becomes very complicated. Be extremely complicated. Okay? I'm standing in front of you, I'm saying to you, I am not a perfect man. We make mistakes, we all make mistakes. Okay? Constantly what? Just continuously, constantly adjusting our mind and our spirit relationship. Focus back to your own heart and look into your heart. What can you do the best to protect your own soul? Being pure as you can. Within the yin is yang, within the yang is yin. There is no perfect in our heart. We continue to adjust our kindness, because the standard of your kindness is not the standard of others people's. The kindness. Okay? Although you can put 100% love, then the other party will never accept it. Constantly 100% accepting you. Right? So all you can do is what? Follow your nature, follow your trueness, follow your kindness to be the best you can, be a good human. In the end, our humanity is the only one that brings you in front of the God. God will make a last judgment in you, not your friends, not your family. We come with empty hand, we will live with empty hand. The most important is this journey. From the day you're born to the day your departure. This is your journey. And in this journey, follow your kindness, follow your mercy, constantly to be merciful, forgivable, constantly follow the flow. Do your best. We follow our heart to treat one another with kindness. Okay? I know that 23 years in this country, I do try to be the best man I can, to be kind, responsible, being a great provider, being a good teacher, and that is my own judgment now. I accept my own judgment, I accept my own value, I view my value, I think I'm good enough for myself. Okay? And constantly when we all try to look for validation, try to ask people how good am I, then you lose. Okay? Don't ask people how good am I. Take the standard and judgment in your own hands. And I could understand there is what? There is lots and lots of people disapprove me. You can go out, you find that people disapprove. Okay? But yet, you are not the person to disapprove yourself. Okay? You should not be one. As I say, many lectures ago, I could say to you, my mother tell me what? Everybody can screw you. Everybody has, the right thing to judging you. Okay? But you shouldn't be the one to do the same. Okay? You follow your heart. You allow people to judging you, allow people to disapprove you, allow people to do bad to you. Okay? But you do your best, follow your conscience, not to do the same. We could slip off. once in a while. Okay? We can walk on the road and we fall. We could fall. Even the road is very flat, we can fall too. Who doesn't? Right? We can slip, we can fall, we can make mistakes. But the point is, you gotta get up. We gotta get up and continue follow our truths, our heart, and do the right thing in your own judgment, in your own standard, to do the right thing. Okay? Sometimes we use harsh language. We use what? Some actions that we don't do right. And that's okay. Try continuously be kind, forgive, and go back to understand. Try to communicate. If it doesn't work, communicate, then you forgive yourself. Continue be kind to yourself. Living with a conscience is the only way that bring us improve our quality of life. Okay, nobody's life can be always smooth journey. Life is up and down. It's just like the water from the mountain come down. It will yield with the mountain and find its own path. We are the same. We are human, especially we are human. That we will counter all the challenge in our life. I know that many people say life is suck. You know what I'm saying? But when you think life is suck, really is your mind is suck. Okay? So excuse my Chinglish. Yeah. Right? Is what? Life is challenge. If there is no challenge, then there's no fun. Right? It's a challenge that give us a lesson, give us learn about wisdom, give us the power of wisdom, learn how to forgive, how to be more and more merciful, how to find more value in it. That is challenge. When you find a challenge, would you just give up? Would you jump the cliff? Would you just pull out a machine gun and shoot everybody and blow out everybody? Don't do that. Okay? When we do have a challenge, we face it, try to face with kindness, communication, resolve the problem. Okay, resolve the problem. And we continue to forgive ourselves if we slip up. You understand that? We could slip up. When we slip up, we understand, and that was a very virtuous deed. Then we forgive ourselves. Then we ask for forgiveness. Then we continue to adjust our position in our life to be more kindness, more thoughtful, more respectful a human being. I do not ask myself to be perfect the same way I do not ask you to be perfect. I don't think God wants to be you, ask you for perfectness either. Otherwise, God will not send you on this planet to learn about your life. You know what I'm saying? We're in this planet to learn lessons. The key is learning lesson with kindness. Okay? Learning lesson with love, forgiveness, to be merciful. In this life, we will learn. Eventually will take what we take. Just like a student in a classroom. In the end, we're finding, final exam, midterm exam. Well, in the end, we know what we get. Right? In our life, we are doing our best to learn, lesson, facing challenge with kindness, with smile, and in the end, we bring the final score to the God. Allow the God to make that kind of judgment, not you. I'm sure if you truly follow your conscience, and no matter you got 60 or 80 or 90, God will forgive you. Understand that? God can forgive you. As long as you always follow your conscience and your love to do that. Okay? Listen, don't make yourself like, I have to be 100%. When you say, I have to be 100%, you're already down to 0. You get it? Because you're not kind to yourself. Okay? Be kind to yourself and love yourself first. You are able to have quality to love others. Like what my teacher used to say, when you cannot swim in the lake, don't jump into the lake. Try to give people a false hope that you can save another life. Instead, you murder two at the same time. Do you get it? In this life, 23 years in this country is very fun. I work hard. I was starting from McDonald's, $4.75 an hour, and continue challenging my life all the way from the beginning. And everybody, like everybody else, I went through all the life challenge. We got a lot of life challenge in our life. I continue to be try to focus on what can I do the best to be a father, husband, and daddy, and son, and a teacher, and a friend. We all same do the best we can. Right? And sometimes when I feel stressed, I feel like I lost the skill to swim. But then I constantly try to rescue people. Then, once in a while I look at myself and say, that wasn't truth. That wasn't kind. That wasn't conscious to myself. I lost it. Same way like everybody is lost. During the stress, we try to maintain the best skills we can. I encourage all of you, just like me today, I try to learn how to swim again. Okay? Please be kind. Turn to your heart to know yourself. Are you able to maintain the skill that you can swim? Before you can jump into the lake to rescue your spouse, your children, your friends, and your community. Can you? Okay? Sometimes you have to make the hard judgment, hard decisions to make sure that you stay alive. You can swim. Then you'll continue to be able to be a provider, supporter, a teacher, a husband, a wife, and a daughter, a son. We need to be there. Like you're a caretaker, take care of your older parents, for example. When you experience extreme stress, how can you give 100% love and care to the elder? You cannot, right? You are a parent, constantly stressed to the maximum. Now how can you deliver love to your children? Because you are totally fatigued. You cannot do that. But you can only push so far. I'm speaking my own, own experience. Every night I work till 1:30. Last night I worked till 1:30. We understaffed here, so we work, and I push myself. Wake up at 6 o'clock to come up and try to help maintain the order and try to do things. See, I stressed myself to the maximum. I was not being kind to myself. You get it? I can feel how long I can push myself to the maximum, but it's not kindness. This is not a true kindness. Okay? And, and the funny thing is, if I decided to take a driving out to even Allen's Park, I couldn't forgive myself doing it. I always think something's going to be wrong. Something's going to happen, right? I have to be here. It's true. Whole month already, I didn't even drive out of my driveway yet. Okay? So this is a stressful life. But again, it's what? We learn the principle, how to yield. Many of my staff members ask, how did you do that? I say, well, I live in the moment. I live in the moment. I don't look further, past or the future. I live in this moment until what? Until I drop. This is not what? I'm telling you, this is not the right way. But it's what? It's a choice of no choice. I made the choice within the no choice. So then I live with the moment and yield with the situation. So this is not the best way to deal with stress. Okay? But we encourage you, all of you, to understand we're all human. We're not perfect. We will facing the challenge. But challenge is fun. Don't make it as a victim. Okay? Yes, I did hard. I could not forgive myself living in poverty. but I still live with a purpose. I live a purpose of joy. How can I maintain this place to be a future temple? How can I sustain this area that I can support my family? How can I maintain this property to thousands of people that want to be here? I have over 8,000 students who love this place to be a temple, to be a retreat center. I will care this property. Yesterday I cooked for 85 people. I get out at 4:30, start cooking. Right? 85 people from the Tahosa Valley. They point, I only want Chinese food. So I cooked 85, for people in one small wok. So I cooked from 4:30 on and keep cooking, and until last night I worked till 1:30. Right? But my joy is when I live in the moment. I know these people want it. They love me. They want this food. And the comment is, this is the best Chinese food ever. I say this is just the moment of creation when I'm cooking. I have no idea what I'm doing. Right? And I cook out of 12 dishes. And I forgot about 2 dishes to putting out. Today you found out my best dishes in the appetizer when you go down. You found out my famous sweet and sour cucumber. Down in my buffet you'll see that. Right? I forgot I made 20 pounds of it. So last night when I forgot, I bring it out, I scoop the dishes to every table. You have to eat my famous dishes, really good. I try to sell them. Before you go back in 2 more days, you'll be, have to throw it away. You got it? See, live with the moment. That is my fun because I see what many people enjoys my food. I also see value. I don't have to look for value, but I have to have looked for value for 23 years. I change many people's life. I give people a way to live healthier. I give people a hope. I can do this exercise, I can meditate this way, that I have a hope, I have a technique for longevity, I have technique to heal. I've done a lot of external. Okay? And we all not perfect. I know myself doing a lot of externally, but I do not do much internally. Everybody has a challenge in our life. Life is very short, time is very limited. Okay? I always wish I have an 8-day and 25 hours. I just could not. And realize we spend 1/3 of our life in a bed, so I cut in half. I average sleep is only 3 to 4 hours. Right? Because I thought I could do more. To do more, how do I do more? I do more Tai Chi. That's the only way keep myself alive today. Okay? We have a stress. Don't wait till your body give you alarm, then you try to adjust. Don't be too late. Okay? I gave a treatment, my hand-on healing, for 9 years straight in New York. 9 years straight, I treating 6 people a day. Until 1999, I found I have a 4-inch cyst on my liver and almost get to the cancers. At that time, I found myself fatigued, completely almost dropped dead. I realized I wasn't kind to myself. I finally, I took a trip to Shanghai, in Shanghai hospital, and realized I do have a huge cyst on my liver. So I came back, I decided I stopped doing the treatment, and I reversed my health. Okay? Everybody having constant challenge in our life. Don't wait till your health's getting alarmed. Hey, you're getting sick now. Okay? And you're getting ill now. Now you get rest. Then sometimes it's too late. Sometimes it's too late. That's why we found ourselves cancer all of a sudden. You're on the 3rd stage, 4th stage already. Time to say goodbye to your family. then what would you live beyond your family? For your family to appreciate or not appreciate, to remember or not remember you. Okay? Sometimes family gonna still remember you, you're not good to them. You understand that? That's okay. That's okay. You just what? Continue follow your heart. Be kind, be true, be loving. That's all we can do, people. Today, it is when I get up, it was I have fatigue, and when I wake up my eyes, I say, well, this is pretty stressful. Right? So how do I live with stress? Balance it. Balancing your what? Your stress, just like we continue move our butt on a chair. Okay? We're balancing our stress with kindness, with love. Okay? Follow our nature. Don't make ourselves a victim in our life. Okay? When life do have challenge, don't say it's hard. When we say life is hard, then your head have a problem. Okay? It is hard, non-argument. But why can't you change hard to replace with challenge? Life is challenge. But when we challenge with potential fail or potential what? Success. No matter fail or success, we already put our 100% effort in the challenge. Live with what? Flow. We live with flow, we live with nature, and we done our best. So in the end, our life may be fail, may be successful, but in the end, we still must feel joy, the ultimate joy from your soul. That you did your best. Okay? You did your best, and you face God with smile. That it's okay even you only bring a 50 score. Understand that? And it's just totally fine. People, please learn to adjust your heart, adjust your body, adjust your soul, adjust your thought. Okay? Life is challenge, but stress can become a power to empower our life to become more kind persons, more productive person in our life, continue accept ourselves, follow the nature, return to the what? Simple life. Let yourself be a little bit more simple. Then follow the simplicity to pursue in your life. Okay? Remember that everybody can have stress, but you don't have to add stress to other people. Okay? Thank you very much for your time again. I know how many minutes are over.